What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that?
Oh.
Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, fellow ham and eggers. Welcome to Spot Show live stream with me, Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Hopefully, everything's so far working right. I see me, and according to YouTube, I am live. There's the camera right there. I'll try to look at it, I think. Excuse me. Anyway, today is Thursday, July 18th. How is everybody doing? Yes. I'm probably going to keep my voice down a little bit, so let me know how it sounds. I call this my NPR voice because, as you folks know by now, I am on location here at lovely Lake Park, Georgia, staying at the fabulous Holiday Inn Express. First time I ever stayed at Holiday Inn Express. I always, I guess for a long time, I always thought Holiday Inn and Days Inn were kind of the same. And no offense to Days Inn employees who might be listening to this, but I fell out of whack with Days Inn. I had stayed there one time in Chattanooga a few years ago, and ew, never again after that. But Holiday Inn Express, of course, I had to stick in the express thing. That you got this nice building here, nice room, bathroom's nice, beds are comfortable, I guess. I mean, it's a hotel bed. A bed's a bed to me. I mean, as long as it's not a bed of nails, I'm good at. Or hard ground, I'm good. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Going to sit here and kind of just babble for a little bit until probably see some people in the chat. Yes, if you are watching this live, join me in the chat here. Ask questions, leave a comment, or just say hello. I will say hello back. I'll call you out. Okay, I'll shout you out. Does that sound better? Call you out sounds more like, oh, I'm gonna call somebody out. Give you a shout out. Is that better? What are the kids saying these days about that? Include that. Let's see here. Also, if you're watching a replay, hey, leave a comment, drop a hello, or a thumbs up, or let me know what you think about anything I talk about this evening. Probably won't be too detailed. Kind of a slow week. Usually a slow week without if there's no premium live event or pay-per-view, kind of slow. And unfortunately, yes, I kind of do focus mostly on WWE and AEW. I know one of these days I gotta get together and watch some TNA and some NXT, even though it's WWE. Let's see what else kind of battle. Hello, Brendan Watson. See how easy that works. Go ahead, just pop up, say hello somehow. I guess that's a peace sign. And throw me one of those if you want to. I mean, okay, in 5 seconds, if there's any kids watching, hide their eyes. Hide their eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can throw me one of those if you want to. I'm good with it. Hey, Joe King, how's it going? Yeah, it is Thursday. Hopefully everybody's having a good week here. Like I said, unfortunately, I am in a hotel room, and what sucks about it too, like not only cut the air conditioner off, but leave it like at 75 so it don't keep blowing because it's like right here. It'll blow like right on me and I'll get all cold and or a little cold. Because in these rooms you gotta keep it like 66 degrees, or I do anyway. Yes, I'm one of these guys. Dead of winter, I got a fan on. Um, but mm, but yes, it is great to be here on a Thursday. Again, I don't think I've shared it on social media or scheduled on here yet. Yes, like I said, I am working out of town, so due to work travel, Wrestling Gold Friday night will be at 10 o'clock again tomorrow. Um, and this is the fun time. This is the fun time we get to have, invite everybody coming on and chill out, talk about some wrestling, if you're a wrestling fan, of course. Sometimes we talk about bullshit. Like I said, I've been sitting here bullshitting for past, give or take 7 minutes, 5 minutes, talking about this lovely hotel room. But like I said, I hate hotel rooms because of the whole uh, AC. But like I said, it feels like dead of winter. Yeah, I have like a little, well, not really. It's like a stand-up fan, but it's like narrow and kind of goes back and forth. I've had it for ever, so usually in the winter I'll keep it into my room and let it blow a little bit, especially in my bedroom. Anyway, uh, somebody tell me to shut up about myself and talk about wrestling. There we go. That's a good idea. Hey, everybody, let's talk some wrestling here. Like I said, it's kind of a slow week. No pay-per-view, no premium live event, but some interesting news here. One of those things is the Rascals, or MSK. They was called MSK in NXT. At least I know that part. But they did make their way back to NXT, and kind of a bittersweet thing right here, especially for Zachary Wentz, formerly um, known as Nash Carter during his previous NXT run. Unfortunately, he got let go when an ex-girlfriend, obviously, threatened that he abused her, you domestically assaulted her, whatever. And there was a picture, obviously. I guess he shaved a little, like a Hitler mustache. From what everybody who came to his defense talked about, I mean, it's good to have friends sometimes and vouch for you. I will give him that, but um, but everybody, some people, a lot of people has done that as a joke, not to be taken seriously. I've never met anybody who had any kind of infatuation with Adolf Hitler, and people probably did a little mustache thing. It does it. It was a joke most of the time, from what his friends were saying. It was, and no, he never laid a hand on her. So even though he is technically in TNA, the Rascals are in TNA right now. That was the three-man group there. It was Zachary McHale, Trey McHale, Zachary Wentz, and Wesley. Of course, they kept Wesley. Pretty good talent. I've seen a few of his matches. Good tag team, they did pretty good for TNA. Then they came to WWE under NXT, wrestle under the name MSK instead of the Rascals. You know how WWE likes to do that stuff. But as the article reads here, after a disheartening loss, Wesley of NXT found himself at a crossroads. But just when he needed it most, familiar faces emerged to boost his spirits. Trey McHale and Zachary Wentz, formerly of TNA and teammates of Lee, made a surprise appearance. Wentz, known as Nash Carter, During his previous WWE run, showered Lee with praise, calling him the greatest North American champion. Lee could have been Mikhail, referring to NXT days, declared Wentz and Lee the greatest tag team NXT ever saw. This reunion wasn't just for show. The trio, now united as the Rascals, stepped in the ring for the first time ever as a unit in the WWE. In a thrilling match on July 16th episode of NXT, the Rascals defeated Gallus with Lee pinning Mark Coffey for the win. Adding another layer to the night, TNA star Joe Hendry. Anybody listen to his stuff lately? Or not lately, but I'm pretty sure if you're on any kind of social media, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, he's got that catchy little entrance music, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Whatever. Apparently he sings that song, plays guitar. And there was other times where I know I'm digressing here. There's other times where he used or different songs, kind of like what Elias would do in the WWE for a little bit. Sometimes he'll take songs and kind of parody them to whoever his opponent is. Same thing with Joe Hendry. Anyway, Wentz's controversial past casts a shadow. This victory carries weight due to Wentz's tumultuous past with WWE. He was released following domestic abuse allegations with an old photo of offensive impersonation. The situation, it was a private photo. It wasn't like he took it, posted on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook, or anything like that. The situation sparked heated online discussion with AEW's MJF, even defending Wentz. Soon after, Wentz found himself back in TNA, reuniting with Mikhail and reforming the Rascals. The Rascals returned to WWE, and their immediate success marked a significant comeback for both the team and Wentz itself. Whether this is a one-time reunion or the start of a new chapter for the Rascals and NXT remains unseen. But hey, everybody should like a redemption story. Especially if it's. There was no really criminal charges filed or anything like that. She just claimed it, and it kind of, had a snowball effect that caused them to get released and all that stuff. So that's, like I said, everybody likes a redemption story. Hopefully it's true. He didn't do it. Everything's good. I think he's dating some other female now in the who is in WWE. What's her name again? Priscilla Kelly, who's under the name of Gigi Dolan. He is dating her now. I think since 2023. So been over a year they've been dating. So so far, no allegations or anything like that as of right yet. There I am. So hopefully it gets his life and career on track, and this allegation don't come back to haunt him anyway. All right. What did I do? What did I do here? Where is? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. I was wondering where that is. There we go. Gotta have the chat back up to see if anybody chatting along. Don't want to leave anybody out. Like I said, I'm dealing with my laptop too, so it's not like I got, like my home computer's got two screens. I can float this here and that there and wherever I need to be so I can kind of see everything. So right now, I'm on my laptop and I got so used to my desktop doing this. It's kind of got me frustrated. And plus, like I said, I'm using my NPR voice. hello. All right. Next little subject here. Let's see. WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair took to Twitter today to clarify some comments he made about John Cena on a recent edition of Busted Open Radio podcast. During the podcast, Flair discussed the possibility of Cena breaking the record for most WWE World Heavyweight Championship wins. Both Flair and Cena are currently tied at 16 each. I guess the WWE World Title lineage is, I guess, continue or even goes back to when Flair was a NWA champion, even though NWA is a separate entity to separate promotion and everything to WWE. Probably just said, world champion, NWA, WCW, WWE/F. Anyway, both Flair and Cena are currently tied at 16 each. Flair wrote, "There has been way too much attention brought to this. Let's just set the record straight for the final time. My first choice would obviously be the Queen, Charlotte Flair. I think the world of my friend John Cena, who is an incredible athlete and genuine person. I will be the first person to shake his hand and congratulate him if he breaks my record, as I would for anybody who would break it. When that day comes, it will be an honor. Woo." So far, Ric Flair has no ego about anybody breaking this record. We gotta think. Not now. I think it's kind of cool now that top championships do stay with the champion for a little bit, a little more than a couple weeks or a couple months or to the next or bi-monthly title switches. I know Attitude Era, they kind of went haywire with it. There was a time where Steve Austin lost a first blood match to Kane, who was wearing a mask. But the next night on Raw, Steve Austin won it back. WCW really sucked at this. They would have the first match, a world title match. I think there was one time like DDP and Sting had a world title match. First match of the night. Main event of the night was GDP, Sting, and I think Kevin Nash. And first match of the card, or first match, so DDP or Diamond Dallas Page lost it to Sting. The main event, guess what? DDP, Diamond Dallas Page won it back in a three-way. So it wasn't even a 24-hour period. It was like 2 hours, if that. So the flip-flopping of the titles, they did a lot of. Was never too much of a fan of it, even at that time. And so nowadays it's going to be kind of hard for somebody to break that record unless you count. I mean, how many years? I guess if you count years as reigns, I guess do that. But I think 4 of them for Hogan was, because he held it for 4 years straight. I forgot how many times he won it. I mean, that's just WWF. I ain't talking about WCW where he kept the title, lost it 2 or 3 times, I guess. But there was a time there where he had to be champion at least 2 years strong. Kept it for 2 years, at least a year, maybe 2. But like I was saying, John Cena would, lose it, win it back. Not as bad as it was during the Attitude Era. I think there were times where he would hold the title for, incredible long time, maybe 6 months. I'm not sure if he had any kind of year reigns. Memory's a little foggy there because I was kind of in and out that time. I would pay attention, just to get back on track and watch it and get back into it a little bit, then work or whatever, distract me. and go on to something else. But so some of Cena's run, kind of forgetful. Uh, but apparently, Randy Orton's he's had it for what 12 or 14 times. Let me know in the chat or in the comments later on how many times Orton's had it. So I think Orton might be just behind Cena as far as number of reigns. And I would like to see Randy Orton beat it. I'm almost rather see Randy Orton do it than John Cena, but uh, it is what it is. If John Cena breaks it, okay, cool, whatever. Don't seem like Ric Flair has ego about it. Surprise, surprise. Uh, well, I mean, I think he got along with John Cena when he was in WWE, along with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. But so I don't think there's any kind of heat there. And plus, hey, let's face it. If Flair needs another paycheck sometime, he might want to keep those. He don't want to burn any bridges with WWE. Let's just say that. Want to keep everything copacetic with him and the WWE. So, but like I said, Cena does it. Cool. And of course, as everybody knows by now, Cena did announce his retirement at the Money in the Bank. He did say he will be at the first Raw when it appears on Netflix. He'll be at the Royal Rumble next year and WrestleMania next year. Oh, WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, or Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania. I don't know if WrestleMania will be his last one, but or it'll be his last WrestleMania. But I don't know if he's going to officially have his last match at WrestleMania or maybe do a whole year-long thing. Then whatever the last pay-per-view of the year is, that's when he'll have his last match. Of course, he's doing the movies now. I think he's filming season 2 of Peacemaker here in Georgia. I think somebody shared a picture. I think it was in Brunswick, Georgia, I want to say. Please correct me on that one. But I know he's somewhere in Georgia. They're filming Peacemaker 2, and he is a star of it. He is the Peacemaker. Her season 1 was good. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I thought he was fun. I thought his character was funny in the second Suicide Squad movie. But usually when they bring too much politics into it, I kind of just stay away from that. So let's see. Okay, Randy Orton, 14 times. Okay, so he's two behind John Cena and Ric Flair. And something tells me I don't think he's going to win it 3 more times. He could, but I got a hunch he probably won't. Would like to see it. Think it'd be cool. I mean, it kind of have that right there would have everything, in my opinion, coming like full circle. Like Randy's first real push in the main roster, because he did start in OVW. Then came on the main roster, just a generic person out there. Then he got put with Triple H, Batista, and Flair in Evolution, which I think he was one of the first choices. Because I think, what was it? I think the original choice was supposed to be Triple H, Ric Flair, of course, Orton, and Mark Jindrak. And something with Mark Jindrak, they were like, they didn't think it was a good fit, so they put Batista in that spot. I think that's the correct story. But yeah, Flair was kind of the teacher there of Randy Orton and Batista, along with Triple H. So yeah, with if Randy Orton does win it 3 more times, beats the record, and having Ric Flair there, I mean, he was the guy who was part of the group when Randy Orton got his first push. Uh, I mean, he did, win a world championship, but I think his first thing was Intercontinental Champion. I mean, he was in the main event group. Evolution, of course, was kind of in case you folks don't remember, it was kind of like a Four Horsemen like. Of course, Triple H playing a part as the world champion. Even kind of had the Ric Flair waves in his hair for a little bit. And we'll wear like the purple tights and white boots for a little bit, like Ric Flair did for a while. Or just everything matched, tights, boots, everything kind of matched like Ric Flair would do. Came in with a, $1,000, clothes. I won't. Yeah, most of them wear suits and stuff like that, and or just the fancy clothes, and the video where they flew in on the helicopter, or their entrance video, and that song was so cool by Motorhead. Forgot the name. Was it Lines in the Sand by Motorhead? I know it's some Motorhead song, or Motorhead did it for that one spot or one kind of like the game he did for WWE, Lines in the Sand. He did for just WWE. So yeah, the whole Randy Orton thing would just seem to me to have things come in full circle. Tells a better story in the end of having Randy Orton do it than John Cena. I mean, that's just my opinion. I really don't have a dog in the fight. Just like I said, me, just story wise, Randy Orton doing it, having Ric Flair come in, congratulate him. Maybe a better copy of the older of the old NWA big gold belt with you can go back and look at old pictures of it from 80, I think 86. It's when they first introduced it. The first one screwed up because it spelled Ric Flair RICKFLA. It wasn't a plate either. It was like engraved in the actual belt. So maybe, see, that would be cool. Give him just a belt with his like Randy Orton engraved in the actual belt instead of a plate, and kind of like the old big, the original big gold belt was. It's kind of like, hey, this is yours, you keep it, put it in your trophy case, whatever. But of course, get the whatever they're using now to defend. That would be cool. What does the chat feel about that, or people in the comments? Like I said, just one more opinion by me. All right, what else is going on? So we got the new signee. I don't think she meant to or anything like that, but it kind of did ruffle a few feathers. Stephanie Vacquers, Vacquers, I can't pronounce her name. I barely hear it, I've only heard it a few times. And it wasn't today, so. But basically, it was reported that WWE sweetened the pot of her deal at the last minute. During AEW's Forbidden Door event, Mercedes Moné and Stephanie Vacquer had a solid encounter. This match became a catalyst for Stephanie becoming the most desirable name in pro wrestling last week, attracting interest from both WWE and AEW. Ultimately, she signed with WWE. Hold on a second. Take a little. Ultimately, she signed with WWE, who reportedly matched AEW's offer. Stephanie confirmed her departure from CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling last week. She relinquished the CMLL Women's Tag Team Championship and Women's Championship, citing personal reasons that also prevented her from participating in Fantastica Mania. Long day, folks. Subsequently, it was revealed that Stephanie has officially signed a contract with the WWE, surprising fans with a swift turnaround. While speaking at Keeping It 100 podcast, sports reporter and Las Vegas Raiders radio announcer Harry Ruse claimed WWE had plans laid out for a full year. That's if you've been hearing any kind of talk between people in the actual know, that is true. The way Triple H is doing things now, they have plans like they have WrestleMania planned out right now. They probably have next year's Money in the Bank premium live event planned out right now, ready to go. Anyway, he claimed WWE had plans laid out for her for a full year, and she loved that aspect of it. WWE bumped up their offer to match the money AEW was offering because NXT contracts aren't big. I know this, okay, pre-pandemic, I believe, I forgot who it was. Who was it? It might have been Enzo Amore, or might have been one of Revolutions, or gosh, what was her name? Anyway, FTR. That said, everybody comes in at 80. It might have been Sami Callihan too. Anyway, the NXT deal is like $80,000. Okay. Don't sound like a big deal, but for a working stiff like me, that sounds like a pretty good first contract to me. Anyway, they're not that big, so she was going to go be on something similar to Julia, who came over from New Japan, and she's going to NXT. Stephanie was allegedly contacted by Shawn Michaels before AEW finalized their deal with her, and AEW allegedly didn't provide her with travel support for Forbidden Door. Stephanie has already made her in-ring debut in the WWE last week. Fans will now see how she fares as part of the WWE family. So that's kind of interesting. Like I said, let's see. I think they are building the main event talent right now. So see no reason. Yeah, I sound the same way too. I mean, I don't see any reason for Cena or Orton to be champ. I mean, they're doing good right now. They got Cody Rhodes as the WWE champion. They dropped a unified, undisputed, whatever part of it. And right now, Damian Priest is the world heavyweight champion. Kind of stumbled in his last, high-profile matches, but I thought the match this past week on Raw with him and Braun Strowman, it was good. It was a win he needed, and I did say that in my WWE recap show, so check that out. Check it out after this, of course. But anyway, I thought it was a good match and a much-needed win for Damian Priest. I would love to see, nothing against Damian Priest. I like Damian Priest, but I want to see Gunther have it. I want to see Gunther defeat Damian Priest. If he has that championship for a long period of time, I'm cool with that. 6 months, a year, whatever. No big deal. Um, but what's I going with that? But yeah, I would like to, personally, I would like to see Gunther win, beat Damian Priest come SummerSlam. I would have no problem whatsoever about that. I would have no problem with Damian Priest, keeping the championship, but would like to see Gunther win it. I mean, I thought it would be, if I was going to be fancy booking it, I would have rather had Drew go ahead and win the would have won the championship at Money in the Bank, then have CM Punk cost him at SummerSlam, but apparently I guess CM Punk is ready to wrestle. That's a high profile match. This is one of the big pay-per-views they have, big major pay-per-view, or excuse me, premium live event uh, they have. So it's going so far I think it's going to be they're building it up to it. It would already be signed if that pesky Drew McIntyre would have just apologized to those ham and egg referees. Anyway, get my whole opinion on WWE this past week's Raw on the WWE Raw recap show. Available right now for free, like this is. It's for free for now. Let's see here. So, question for the chat who's in there. Anybody or out there watching the replay, any of you people play Call of Duty? I had the Xbox 360. Okay, I know I love to digress. Long story short, a year after the 360 was released, I think they gonna do that this year? I thought they was gonna do that next year. I see. I don't want WrestleMania. Yeah, cool, 2-day event. SummerSlam, the rest of the PLEs. Let's keep it one night. We don't need 2-day PLEs, but I guess that's why. I guess that's why he's doing like 5 or 6 match, PLEs. That way if you do 2 days, you can have 10 matches. But no, I mean, yes, SummerSlam is one of their big PLEs, but I don't like the idea that it's going to be 2 nights. I'll watch, yes, I'll definitely watch them, but it's kind of like the 3-hour Raws. I do not like the 3-hour Raws. Hopefully, when it goes to Netflix, they trim it down to, because you ain't got to worry about commercials now. I mean, it's just go. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think, because you have a Netflix subscription that's low as far as monthly rates, but it includes commercials. The rest of them don't include commercials. Like the one I got now, don't include. Anytime I do a streaming service, I even as cheap as I am, ask anybody know I am cheap as. My family says I'm so cheap I squeak when I walk. But anyway, I never got the meaning of that. But that's just what they said. My dad used to say it. Anyway, but yeah, even as cheap as I am, even with Peacock, excuse me, even with Peacock, I pay that little extra amount to have no commercials. Hulu, I paid that extra little amount just to have no commercials. Because I really don't like commercials. YouTube even. Oh my gosh. Uh, YouTube. I paid the YouTube Premium. I don't know if it's actually. I think I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was going to like when I started this YouTube channel. I did start getting the premium YouTube. I think it's like $8 a month or something like that. Just so, because especially during that time, it was like, uh, I think it was not primaries, it was like midterms. And you had all these political ads. Oh my God. Can't stand political. I mean, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the person I want to vote for. I don't want to see the political ads in the middle of while I'm watching 1984 Georgia Championship Wrestling. Um, anyway, I digress there. What's my phone doing on? Somebody's laughing at me. Uh, anyway, back to video games. So yeah, uh, long story short, before I started bitching about commercials, uh, the year after the launch of the Xbox 360, usually when a video game system came out, used to, I still haven't bought the PS5 yet. How many years has that been out, or the new Xbox? Anyway, because I was an Xbox guy. Got the first X because I had, was it the PS3, the first Xbox, I had a GameCube, all three of them at one time. Then the comment went. But anyway, so I became primarily a Xbox guy because I dug the Xbox. I love how I was able to take a CD, a compact disc. Kids, look it up. Google it. Take a CD, burn some music on it again. Google it, burning CD music on CDs. That's how we rolled back in those days. Burn a CD, put it in the Xbox, download the music onto the Xbox, and was able to use it as, like if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I was able to use that music to have that in the background playing Grand Theft Auto. Also, this is what I hate now about PS4, Xbox One, or yeah, Xbox One, PS4. You can't do that. But you can't do this. Of course, one of my favorite features of the wrestling games is the Create a Wrestler. I just have more fun with that, create and do the universe thing, whatever. And what you used to be able to do is take that downloaded music and pick a song whoever your Create a Wrestler you want your Create a Wrestler to be, and anybody on the roster that's there. Because I remember one of them had, I forgot which wrestling game, but it had some of the ECW people. Hulk Hogan was on there, so I had Hulk Hogan coming out to Eye of the Tiger. I had Tommy Dreamer, took that generic, whatever the WWE music they had him coming out to. I had him coming out to Alice in Chains, Man in the Box, Sandman, Enter Sandman. Who else? There was somebody else. Anyway, you get the drift. You could do that, but once they went to once that new generation came, the Xbox One, which I liked, unfortunately, somebody else thought it would be cool to come to my house and steal it. But anyway, I got PS4 after that. And of course, right now I just don't. But I only think the PS5 you can do that. So here's all these new technology, supposed to be grand and everything, but it takes a whole day for a game to download. Uh, when they do updates, guess what? It takes half a day or a couple hours for it to update. This is this new technology is not as good the graphics look great, but anyway, I digress. Anyway, when I first bought the 360, somebody I worked with came up to me and said, "Hey, was you still looking for to buy an Xbox 360?" I was like, "Yeah," and it's like, "Well, hey, as much as you're just going to buy a new one." Joking. I haven't created a wrestler on the last 3 WWE games. I got lazy, just downloaded from community creations. See, that's cool. Uh, I can probably guarantee you, last 3 WWE games, you probably played a whole lot more than I did. I mean, I have the new one. I haven't played it often. I was gonna play it during the full or Independence Day holiday, but didn't get around to do it. What's the next holiday? Labor Day weekend. I might do it then. I might do it this weekend. Actually, I got a indie wrestling show to go to this weekend. So, and I got stuff to do Saturday morning. I gotta go to the office, pick up expense check, upload some pictures. Um, go look for a new car. Anyway, um, I digress. Go back. Um, Somebody said, "Well, look, uh, I know somebody who's selling their Xbox 360. I think after a year, it went down to like 400 or something. Yeah, and that was just the game system and a controller. So the guy was like, "Look, I got a friend of mine doesn't play it often. Probably played it a handful of times. Got a he'll sell you the game system, 2 controllers. I think it was Call of Duty 2 at the time that came out, and I think he sold me one other game, like a basketball game or something like that. So anyway, I was like, I think it wasn't even 400. I think it was like 350. So I'm like, deal. See how cheap I am. Uh, I got at that time. Go back look. I mean, I think games were like $60 at the time. Extra controller was like 40 or 50. Depends on if you get the actual Sony or Microsoft controller or whatever. So yeah, heck yeah, I jumped it on that deal. Uh, and I played Call of Duty, played a little bit. Fortunately though, I figured out that I cannot play first person shooters like I used to. Uh, I played for a little bit and I started feeling lightheaded and dizzy. So wasn't able to play Call of Duty. So I know what you're asking. What's all this Call of Duty talk on a wrestling podcast and you buying a 360? What the hell is this got to do with anything? Well, Rhea Ripley. Um, Call of Duty recently announced WWE partnership on social media, including a Rhea Ripley as a first WWE playable character, and that's I think that's the advertisement. I don't know if that's the actual gameplay, but that's her shooting down bad guys. I would assume. The former WWE Women's World Champion first look was unveiled in a new video by Call of Duty on X. Rhea Ripley's character, dressed in her black and purple Judgment Day colors, will be the new operator in Call of Duty's Warzone and NW3 with Season 5, featuring Mommy in action with her weapon. Cool weapon. And apparently, it also is going to include down the road uh, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio will have a character on Call of Duty, and I'm pretty sure many more after that. But but yeah, so pretty cool. If you're a Call of Duty fan, want to play as Rhea Ripley, or later on down the line, Cody Rhodes or Rey Mysterio. Uh, cool gig. Like I said, can't play those games like I used to. Um, they made me a little dizzy, a little lightheaded. Uh, but other than that, it's games look fun. I mean, once I was playing it, it was fun. It's just every time I play a little bit, I gotta like lay down for like 30 minutes. Uh, whoops, wrong button. There we go. Uh, so I wonder. I'm pretty sure she's getting a little kickback on that. WWE probably getting a huge kickback on that. Trying to figure out what to do here. But like I said, those games look fun. It's just I couldn't. Like I said, I'll play a little bit, then I'll have to lay down for an hour. But I don't know. I just finally kind of gave it up. Um, and there was this week also a rumor about. Let's see. Here we go. Of course, it's called Rumor Killer on the name change, or on change of WWE trademark and names. Apparently, there's a rumor that was kind of going around saying that once they release a wrestler or something like that, they'll let them keep their WWE given names. But apparently, that's got the article up here. The buzz about WWE letting talent keep their names when they leave is actually a non-story. On Monday, fans buzzed about rumors that WWE has started letting talent use their names after they left the company. Excuse me. In actuality, WWE owns the trademarks for the names of talent that are actively under contract, that they relinquish those rights when they leave. Mike Johnson, PW Insider, reported that there is nothing to the claim. He noted that a talent retained the rights to a name or intellectual property once they left WWE if they owned it. However, they licensed the use of the WWE while under contract of the company. Gimmick attorney Mike Dawkins responded to the reported change by saying that it is a non-story and it is nothing new. He wrote that the company had done this for a while of talent knew or remembered to ask for the registration back. Dawkins wrote that it only applied to people who use name first outside of WWE and brought the name with them, not for names that the company created. So basically, like John Moxley. John Moxley was Dean Ambrose in WWE. Say this is right before Dean Ambrose left. He again it's the same. When he left, Dean Ambrose's name stayed in the WWE. He still has to go by, I guess, this name he used in Independence, John Moxley. Now there's differences, kind of like, say, AJ Styles. AJ Styles used that name from day 2 of his career, I believe, in Cornelia, Georgia, to Ring of Honor, TNA, Japan, name it. So he used that before he came to a W, like Samoa Joe and CM Punk. They all did it. So it's just names pertaining to They gave a sample here at the bottom. Uh, Examples of partial names such as Christian Cage and Christian. So uh, Christian was in the WWE. When he left, he had, like when he went to NWA TNA, he went by the name of Christian Cage, a name he used in the Independence before he came to WWE. Um, then they dropped the Cage part, just called him Christian. He went to TNA, became Christian Cage, came back to the WWE. They dropped the Cage again. Now he's in AEW. He's Christian Cage again. Metalik, I think WWE used Grand Metalik. So now, guess what? I forgot which name. Like I said, I didn't watch much of that, much of him in the WWE. So, forgot which name he put. I think Grand Metalik was here in WWE, but when he left, it's back to Metalik. And they gave two more examples right here. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was Chris Jericho. Day one, I guess, of his career. Smoky Mountain, Mexico, Japan, ECW, WCW, WWE, now in AEW. Christian, guess he owned that name. Oops, where's the button? So yeah, it's basically it was a rumor, kind of like the Mandy Rose situation. I think what really ticked him off when she did her porn site, OnlyFans, whatever. She used the name Mandy Rose. She didn't own Mandy Rose. WWE trademarked and owned Mandy Rose. So she was making money off of her WWE name. And if this been an attitude error or something like that, maybe could have got by with it, but they were still doing the kind of the PG-14 thing. So, they probably didn't think too highly of she. Yes, I know Sable, Tori Wilson, I think Christy Hammy as well. All did Playboy, but it's just pictures. I don't know how far she goes into what she does on her OnlyFans thing, whatever. That's not in my bag. Maybe I can Google it. I'm pretty sure somebody's done paid and somebody's done upload the pictures. So, if you want to go see it, go see it. Only if you're 18 years or younger. So, if any kids watching, you didn't get from, at least, let me at least put that part of it. So, in case a kid gets caught looking up naughty pictures of Mandy Rose, the kid can't say, hey, this guy on the YouTube said, hey, Google it, look it up. I'm saying it if you're above 18 or above, or whatever the law says. If you're an adult, if you're considered an adult, yeah. But if you're still considered a kid, don't. So there, mommies, daddies, don't come back yelling at me. Play this. That'll be the reason you don't have to yell at me. So anyways, what else we got here? Well, if you watch, speaking of Raw, I'll touch on this week. They ran an angle where Chad Gable called out Bo Dallas, saying, "Look, I've solved the mystery. I know who Uncle Howdy is. He's Bo Dallas." And he called him out. That's when the Creed brothers jumped in. So that got pretty decent little pop. This is one of the things that the fans wanted to see: the Creed brothers with Chad Gable. And they would beat down Bo Dallas, and the more they beat him up, the more he started laughing. And of course, the lights went down. The spooky music kept on going, and seeing a spooky chick and the three other spooky dudes, big spooky dudes, came out, and didn't get physical. They kind of thought about life a little bit better. Said, "Look, let's tackle this another day. So, you know, we'll regroup and tackle this another day. So Gable with the Creed brothers, they ran out the back door, and of course the Wyatt six, the Wyatt six. I keep on wanting to say. I think I first called them the 6 because that's what they had it written on the internet. See, can't get all your stuff on the internet. You gotta kind of watch it. So, cool little pose here for the camera here with Bo Dallas without the Uncle Howdy gear on, with his I guess his new family here. But very creepy. Very much looking forward to seeing all of them back in the ring. Bo Dallas, he's taking a few years sabbatical, I guess. I think he was released. I forgot what year. I think last time he was doing anything was the B team with Curtis Axel. I thought they were a pretty decent team, but it's one of those deals. If they were together right now under Triple H, I think they would done more things, in my opinion. But for whatever reason, Vince or whoever controls the creative at the time, I know Vince had the power to say so, didn't have much for him. So basically with entourage with the Miz, it was Miz, Dallas, and Curtis Axel. They broke off from that, calling them B team. I think they had a run as the tag team champions, Raw tag team champions, I believe. Then I guess when Curtis left, they released him as well. Or Curtis got released, he got released, and just kind of did nothing for a while. Then the Uncle Howdy thing, popped up. Started under Bray Wyatt, and of course the unfortunate health problems. Uncle Howdy did make his debut at the match with Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. But after the LA Knight match, I think he was supposed to do the WrestleMania program with Bobby Lashley, but health problems took him out of it. And of course, the unfortunate passing of Bray Wyatt just stopped that in its tracks. So now they're, like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be a tribute to Bray Wyatt, but they did bring Bo Dallas back. He is going to be the Uncle Howdy and all that good stuff. And still interested. This thing has some potential. I mean, it's got the right this WWE theatrics and stuff like that. Hey, House of Black, they do some theatrics as well. So, you AEW fans don't be like, oh my gosh. Hey, House of Black does the same thing, which House of Black, awesome. One of my favorite people to watch in AEW. Except for, Brody King. Fuck him. Good talent, but, not one of my favorites to watch. But still, I like him in the group. But, anyways, good gosh, like I said, it is freaking hot in here. Anything else we need to talk about tonight? There I am. Hey. Hi, guys. That's growing on me. The Chris Jericho storyline, the learning tree deal. By the way, speaking of video games, if you did watch AEW, you probably know by now the reason they did the Samoa Joe injury angle is because Samoa Joe is currently filming season 2 of Twisted Metal. He is Sweet Tooth, and the body-wise is Sweet Tooth. The voice of Sweet Tooth is Will Arnett. I did finally go watch that series this past weekend. Yeah, I'm sitting here talking about didn't have time to play a video game, but I have time to watch a TV show. Yes, okay. That's the truth. I did have a little bit of time to watch the TV show. Um, but I did watch the first season of Twisted Metal. Thought it was good. Uh, if you're a fan of the game, the way it sort of season one ended, watch season one. It's worth a watch. Uh, if you like, if you don't play video games and you want to kind of turn your brain off for a few episodes and just watch some brainless action stuff, you enjoy it. I mean, I want highly recommend it for those of you that probably weren't fan of the video games. Um, but I will say, if you're a fan of video games, um, watch it. Go ahead and watch season one. Let's just say, not to really spoil anything, looks like at the end of the season one, season two will be more of the game related type deal. Yes, you would enjoy it, I think. Um, the one that really pops in my mind is Twisted. My favorite one was Twisted Metal Black. Love that. Love that one. I mean, first Twisted Metal game was good. Twisted Metal Black, this awesome. So when they kind of go to people's like a little bit of the backstory of everybody, and Twisted Metal Black, that's kind of what they did in season one, but had a story. It kind of went through people's backstory, then did a storyline for the season. Now, in season two, it'll be more like the Twisted Metal game, I think. Um, if I hopefully I make that make sense. I mean, you do get to see some Demolition Derby type Twisted Metal stuff in season one. They'll give you plenty of that, but I think the season two is going to be probably more of that. I'm thinking. It's just the way season one ended. That kind of got me thinking that season two is going to be more of that, and they're filming it now, um, and yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. Dude, like I said, if you play the game, I think you'd enjoy the show. Um, if you're a fan of, what's his name? God dang it. Let me Google something. I forgot his name. No, I'm not going to call him Sam Wilson or the Falcon. That's the only thing I know him by. Anthony Mackie. Sorry, the name slipped my tongue. Anthony Mackie. But it has Nev Campbell in it. Like I said, Will Arnett plays, or he's the voice of Sweet Tooth, as Samoa Joe is playing the physical part of Sweet Tooth. And they did that. I mean, they did that so well. Any other little big names here? Has Thomas Hayden Hurt, Church. Probably know him more. And what was the movie? It was Sandman in Spider-Man 3. Played a movie called Sideways. He was also in Tombstone. But yeah. Thought there was somebody else semi-big, famous, whatever. Oh well, guess not. But like I said, if you like the game, um, Axel, gosh, see, now I don't think Axel was. Well, yeah, I think it's a. You know what? Uh, there was no Axel in the show yet. This is. It might be in season 2. Yeah, he wasn't in season 1. He might be in season 2. Uh, Trying to find it here. Trying to look here. Thought there was a. Hold on, folks. Trying to. Anyway. Uh. Oh, shut up, phone. So no Axel in the first season of, or definitely not. I would remember that. Sorry, I had to kind of go back and see who Axel was, but because I do forget some things. You get that way when you're my age, but not in season 1. Sorry, spoiler alert. Maybe in season 2. I don't know. Uh, but not in season 1. But um, Sweet Tooth they did very well at. Very much a psychopath. Let's just put it that way. Trying to think who else off the top of my head, but yeah, like I said, definitely worth the watch. Um, Other than that, it's getting to be by that time. It is Thursday. I do get to go home tomorrow. Reminder, yes, Wrestling Gold Friday night will be at 10 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Gotta travel home, uh, shower, get some groceries down my throat, as Snowman would like to say, Smoking the Bandit. Uh, if you ain't watched that movie, you gotta watch it. Good movie. Old movie, yes, but good movie. Sometimes old movies are good movies. But anyway, but yeah, definitely gonna call it a night here. Let's see, let me do the usual plugs every Tuesday as of now. Let's just say that. I do a trivia show called Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, where I ask 5 questions all dealing with a sport of professional wrestling. Check that out on Tuesdays. Usually have that up by 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. I also do a Raw recap show. This week's Raw recap show is available to watch. So once this is done, go check that out. I talk about the Wyatt family. Talk about Mommy, of course. I always got to talk. Mommy's back. Rhea Ripley's back. So involved that little love triangle, I guess, with Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, and of course, Rhea Ripley herself. And good gosh, you know what? I say this in the Raw recap, but I'll say it again. Besides being a world champion, being the angle that Dominic Mysterio is in, that is probably the best angle you can be in. Besides being the main event world champion, I mean, come on. You can be in a love triangle with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. 2 females. Come on. Anyway, talk about that and much more on the Raw recap. Also available right now is this week's AEW recap. Yes, I was able to crap that out real quickly. Hopefully it sounds good. I think I messed up on the sound a little bit. It might actually be worse than what's coming out right now. So hopefully not. Hopefully still watchable. You might have to turn up your computer or put another speaker on it or something like that. Turn it up a little bit. But it is up. It is running. And as far as AEW this week, if I was doing the Pro Wrestling Illustrated voting thing and doing the match of the year, and if you didn't watch AEW Dynamite, do check out Will Ospreay, MJF, about 58-minute match. Very good match. Has little quirks, but still very good match. Highly recommend it. If anything, watch that match. Of course, speaking of Thursday, I do a live stream here, what you're watching right now. Spot Show live stream with me, Ronald Ray. That's Thursdays at 8 p.m. 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Friday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. So check me out every Thursday. A little bullshit about wrestling, and how many other things I bullshit about how talk about me way too much in the show. I do apologize. But if you found it entertaining, please let me know. Or don't let me know, just hit the subscribe button, notification bell, like button, share with friends, all that bullshit. Anyway, if the new wrestling is not your thing, I do, like I said, do a Friday night show called Wrestling Go Friday Night. Like I said, I got the times right there, but of course, for as of right now, until I say otherwise, it will be around 10 p.m. on Fridays. Like I said, I understand, people either like Joe's here, not sure how much I can hang. Got to work on Saturday again. Work on Saturday. I don't really have to work, but I got a bunch of talk about all the errands I got to run to, but I have fun doing it. So, and I get at least 100 something views on that thing. So anyway, I digress again. But I understand, people either got to work Saturday, they got the wife and kids, and they're used to 10 p.m. lights out, stuff like that, or they're out with friends, or they're at home with friends playing cards or whatever, playing video games. That's cool. Like I said, I'll do it. Watch it anytime. You gotta watch me live. Just watch me sometime. Or you're out at the bars having fun. So definitely understand that. So, but I'll still won't be here. I'll be at home doing it for you guys and for me too, because it's pretty fun for me to watch. Talking about the good old days of pro wrestling when wrestling was wrestling. But like I said, gonna call it night tonight. Gonna like I said, I get to head home more, so I'm gonna start packing up my stuff. Make sure as much as I don't need out anymore is in the suitcases. Also gonna turn this AC back on. Man, I'm starting to get stuffy in here. So gonna do that. So until then, I hope you folks have a good one and take it easy. And catch me next week. Drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook,